It's easier to think that God is all-knowing. He's sovereign. He can do anything that he wants to do at any time. But when we read in the Word of God, we find that God as a father, he wants to hear his children speaking to him, talking to him. God wants to hear us talking to him. When you read in the book of Matthew chapter 7 and verse 7 there, it says, ask. It says what? Ask. And it shall be given unto you. So your part is to ask. Just ask. So that means we are limiting God from doing things because we don't ask. Because he said that ask and it shall be given to you. So because we don't ask, we are limiting God from doing things in our lives. You know, this means there are some burdens that we carry sometimes for no good reason, just because we don't ask. Sometimes we cry in pain, go through some stuff in this life, just for a simple reason, because we don't do what? We don't ask. Because he has promised that ask and it shall be given unto you. You know, sometimes there are things that we can think. Sometimes, one time when I was a young boy, I had a problem, and you can't believe this, that I was not social. I couldn't be around people who were talking and laughing and smiling. I couldn't do that. I used to be around friends sometimes, but when they are laughing and smiling, I used to wonder, what is wrong with these people? Laughing, smiling was a problem to me. And that sounds stupid. It sounds stupid. But you know, I took time to pray about it, to say, God, you know the reason why I had to pray about it? Because I used to, you know, when you're around people who are smiling, they're laughing, and sometimes you are forced because a friend is telling you a story and he's laughing, he's doing this and that. You sometimes you are tempted to fake it, and when you do, can you imagine faking a smile every day? At the end of the day, you go home, you can feel some pain. It is painful to fake. Painful. Because it's not coming from inside. Then, as stupid as it might sound, I need to pray that I can be social. I can be able to smile. I can be able to laugh. And I had to pray about it. And I remember after time, I found myself that, oh, you mean I can smile? You mean I can laugh? Just like, you know, sometimes there are some things that we don't receive, we don't get, just because we don't ask.
All right.
We don't ask. But when we pray, we talk to our God. Because in talking to God, we are strengthening a relationship. You cannot be, if God is our friend, then we need to talk to him. Can you be in a relationship that there's no communication? You cannot be in a relationship that there is no communication. So there must be communication between us and God. We need to talk. If God is our friend, we will talk to him. There are people who talk to their friends until their phone battery is dying, and then you go and put the charger at the wall so that you can continue talking, because you feel good talking to a friend. But what about talking to God? Are we excited when we talk with our friend God? Do we need more time talking to him? If we find that we are not excited talking to God, then our relationship with God is having a problem somewhere. If you find praying is difficult, if you find talking to God is something that you need to be forced to do, then your relationship with your friend God is having a problem. Need to be fixed somewhere. But when we pray, we receive power. We need power.
Yep.
Prayer is power. There's power in prayers.
Yes.
So we need power because we are in a war. Imagine a soldier in the war who doesn't have power, who is weak. What can happen to that soldier? It's easy for the enemy to attack a weak soldier. So we need power. So when we pray, we are connected. Is how we connect our stuff, electronics, to the source of power, so that they can operate. We have to be connected so that we have power. Brothers and sisters, if we don't pray, then we are powerless, because there's no way we can have the power if we are not connected with heaven. We need the power. Brothers and sisters, we are in a war. We are in a battlefield. You need to understand that. And in order for us to be able to fight, we have to have the power. There's power in prayers.
Yes.
There's power in the Word of God.
Yes.
You know, brothers, we don't understand this, but there is a war going on in the spiritual world. And you need to move and go there and see. Sometimes back, when I was back home, a friend of mine is a pastor, and some people used to be brought there who are demon possessed. And I remember my first experience meeting a person who is demon possessed, and she was lying down there, that young girl, and we started praying, and we were trying to talk to those demons, and they are talking back. You know, sometimes they can talk back, and they have power. And we were talking to that young girl, and the first test you ask her, say Jesus. And when she's trying to say Jesus, you can see how she's struggling. She'll try to, and those people, they will try to stop her from saying it. And sometimes you can take the Bible and tell her, can you take this book? And she will try to lift up her hand to touch the Bible. She cannot touch the Bible. Why? Because she is under control of those demons. I remember praying, and they were talking back sometimes, and they say, no, we are not going out. We are not going out. And we kept on praying, and we kept on praying. At the end of the day, we could see her taking a deep breath, and then after that, we asked her, can you say Jesus? And she said, Jesus. I found out, can you just hold this Bible? Because demons, they don't want to come near the Word of God, because there is power in the Word. There is power in prayers. You know, when we don't pray, the devil can play with us around. The devil can bring a lot of issues in our lives. Some of the things we go through in our homes, some of the things we go through in this life, they could be solved if we pray.
Yes.
You can call for a counselor in your marriage. You can call for a counselor in your business. But some of the issues we go through, they are connected spiritually. They are spiritual. If there is a misunderstanding with your wife, it is spiritual. If there is a misunderstanding with your boss at work, it is spiritual. The devil is causing problems to God's people so that he can put us in trouble. So we have to pray so that we are connected. We have the power. This is what Mrs. White says in the book of Messages to Young People. He's saying this. In the book Messages to Young People, it says this. Prayer keeps us in God's power.
Right.
Prayer keeps us in God's power.
Amen.
And it says this. Prayer to God. It says this. Prayer keeps us in God's power. The strength acquired in prayer to God will prepare us for our daily duties. That when we pray, we get strength. When we have the strength, the strength we have from prayers will prepare us for our daily duties. Have you woke up in the morning and you drive to work and you go to work and you feel like you don't want to be there and everything that day is just working against you, and you come to a point where you wonder, what is wrong with me today? Most of the times we as people, we used to say, I have a bad day today. You just say, I have a bad day today. But what does it mean to say you have a bad day? You are going through a challenge. So prayer to God will keep us in God's power, the strength we acquire from prayer to God will help us to face the challenges every day. That's why Jesus used to pray in the morning, so that he can face the challenges that he's going to face in the day.
Amen.
We have to pray. We have to pray. The devil can play with us. Let me tell you, if you don't see in the spiritual world, the war that is going on, the devil is playing with people. Just because they have no strength. A man in my village, he was a policeman. And he was someone big in the police unit in the nation. And he got retired and he came back to the village to live there. So some people, they understood, even a police, I can imagine that a police, he has strength. He's somebody who can fight. He must be strong, dealing with the robbers and thieves out there. But now this guy, people in the village, they realize that he believes so much in witchcraft. In witchcraft, a policeman, but he's depending on some things that he's given from a witch doctor to protect him. Instead of using maybe a gun, instead of using his strength as a policeman, but he will go to a witch doctor to be given something as small as this, and they will carry it. This is your protection. And some young men in the village, they came to realize that this man, he does that. So they started playing with him. They will go to his house. You know, houses back home we build with iron sheet, and then they will take some sand and throw it at midnight, throw it in the house, and you know the sound that it will make. And the man will get up at night, going around in the house, looking at it. These witches are playing with me. In the morning he will take a chicken, go to the witch doctor. And then he will go there, give it to the witch doctor, and the witch doctor will tell him, go back home and carry this. When you carry this, they will not come. But these boys were playing. They will do that and go hide somewhere and look at him how he's lying. And this time he went to a witch doctor, and the witch doctor told him that, now when they come again, take this with you and get up at midnight and go around your house 5 times. And you go around your house 5 times and without any clothes in you. So imagine a big man like my friend Mr. Nyamwaya here, at night going around in the house with no clothes. And the boys are just somewhere looking at him. The man is going around his house without any clothes in him, just the way he was born. You can imagine a big man running around the house at midnight. But do you know that is the reality in the spiritual world? People are going through stuff. People are deceived with so-called the power in witchcraft. But I don't believe in the power of witchcraft. I believe in the power in prayer to God. Amen. The witches cannot do anything to you. When you are connected. The problem, you are not connected. That's why you seek for help from those sources that even they cannot help you. Brothers and sisters, prayers open our eyes. When we pray, we get the spiritual eyes to see.
Right.
I don't know how I can explain that. You see, there's a lot of problems that as a church we go through. Not just because of anything else, just because we don't see the same things.
Right.
We see things differently until we pray so that God can open our spiritual eyes, not to see things in this physical body, but we can see things in spiritual eyes. You know, when the king of Aram sent the chariots and the horses to go and attack Elisha, because Elisha knows the secrets of the king, and the king doesn't understand. How does this man get to know all the plans that I have to attack Israel? And then they came to attack. When the servant of Elisha went outside the house, he saw the chariots and horses outside, and he came back to Elisha and told, man, these people are here, their chariots, their horses, they are coming to attack us. And Elisha told him, relax. Relax. Those chariots and horses that have come to attack us, the ones which are on our side, they are many than those ones you see outside.
Yep.
But read the story very carefully. The servant of Elisha does not see what Elisha is seeing.